Time now for our 4 minutes, 4 questions segment. I am Roby Brock. I'm here with Talk Business and Politics business editor Wes Brown. All right, Wes, are you ready? 4 minutes, 4 questions. I'm giving you the first one.
I've got 2. You got 2?
My 2 are better.
Okay. I'm going to ask you this question. Now that Walmart Week is up, what is the most important message that came out of Bentonville this week from Walmart executives?
Well, you and I both were studying that question last week and we missed badly, I think, because the big news out of the Walmart shareholders meeting was that the announced new chairman is now the new chairman, Greg Penner, age 45, son-in-law to Rob Walton.
Still part of the family.
Still part of the family, married to one of the Walton daughters there. And look, I mean, he could serve for 20 plus years at age 45. I mean, he could be there for a long time. And he's only the 3rd chairman in Walmart history. Sam, Rob, and now Greg. I think the other big news, big message that came out of Walmart Shareholders Week was also Walmart has spent billions on technology trying to transform some of their business into e-commerce. Got asked right out of the gate, when are we going to see a payoff on that investment? CEO that said, give us a little bit more time.
Yeah. I think they've been getting whipped pretty good by Amazon and some other retailers.
All right, my question to you, we've seen a lot of talk about renewable energy lately. A lot of projects been announced.
Right.
Interestingly, a few weeks ago, ExxonMobil CEO kind of mocked the renewable energy sector here. I guess you can do that when you're the world's largest oil and gas company there. So here's my question to you, because everybody is just making this move towards renewables for a variety of different reasons. Are we talking years or decades before the renewable energy sector competes with oil and gas in terms of percentage?
I think it's going to be years and maybe even a few centuries. But companies like ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP have been around for a long time. And they're going to be around for a long time because they have the influence. You go to Washington, D.C., they've got the lobbyists, they got influence. And these companies have got billions of dollars. I think the annual revenues for ExxonMobil now is probably about half a trillion. So it's going to be a long time for renewable companies. I think the biggest company in that sector is about 2 or 3 billion. So it's going to be a long time.
Still cheaper for oil and gas, though. I mean, when you look at prices, commodity prices, that's what's driving that there. All right, your turn.
Okay, my question to you, Roby, is the news came out this week that the jobless rate in Arkansas for counties was under 10%. First time in a long time we've seen that in the state of Arkansas. What does that mean for the state of Arkansas?
Yeah, every county in the state of Arkansas had an unemployment rate lower than 10%. I'd never seen that in my lifetime of covering news in Arkansas. So I think that's a great sign, number one, that you've got some sort of parity across the state in terms of this unemployment rate, this jobless rate. I think there is room for the overall unemployment rate to move lower in the state of Arkansas. Not much lower, but somewhat lower. And I still think you got to keep your eye when you're looking at those cities and looking at those counties where those unemployment rates are. The lowest ones are still in the urban areas. Northwest Arkansas, Central Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas. That's where the jobs are.
Did you see anything in those numbers in the Delta that gave you some
Well, the
hope?
fact that you've got single-digit unemployment in the Delta is big news. I mean, I can remember 15, 16%, 10, 12, 14% is very consistent too in those Delta counties. You don't have a single one over 10% now. I think that's significant. Now, how much of that are people migrating out of the Delta so the labor pool is smaller? We'll see.
All
right, my question to you, last question. Do you think the Little Rock Air Force Base put out a new report recently on their economic impact, a little over $800 million to the Central Arkansas economy. Do you think that the Air Force Base gets enough credit for being an economic engine in Central Arkansas?
I think over the last several years, they haven't got a lot of attention because they've been here for a long time. I think they're going to be celebrating here 60 years in a few months. They've been here for 60 years. But the problem is that the military is not good at promoting itself. It needs a good PR agent. And if they do that, I think because they have a great story to tell. They have over 400 million in payroll. They have an indirect influence, jobs, retirees, Air Force there. So they have a great story to tell, and I think they just have to do it better.
Congressman alert, Congressman alert. You need to tout that military a little bit more. All right, that's all for this week's 4 minutes, 4 questions. Wes Brown, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is part of our Tuesday All Business podcast, which you can catch on our website at talkbusiness.net or through the iTunes store. So be sure and do that. Wes Brown, thanks a lot. One more time.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Again.
Thank you for watching.